हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Devotees are still joining. I'll just start with the Kirtan. 2 minutes Kirtan. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishthaya, Darashanti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vinam. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshavani Vaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Asati Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna all. I welcome you for today's class, today's session on Srimad Bhagavatam. And let us start with the prayers. I would like to take blessings from all of you so that whatever I speak is in the parampara and for the pleasure of the Lord. So let us start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So let us start today's class. Can you all please switch on your videos so that I also can have darshan of you? Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
I'm driving, Mataji.
Oh, okay.
I'm driving from home.
Oh my
I'm
God.
driving. It's 10 to 5 in South Africa.
Oh.
Finish work now.
Okay, okay, Mataji, no problem. If it is possible, because it becomes easy to communicate if your video is on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 minutes, I'll be at home.
Yes, no problem, Mataji. Thank you so much. Okay, so let us start. So can anybody tell what you did in the last class? Anybody would like to share?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji, no, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Mataji, they were explaining the G tree of the demons and
Correct. All descendants of Kashyapa Muni and his wives Diti and Aditi, right?
yes, Mataji.
Yes, that's what we discussed.
Yes, correct. So we are discussing that, and just a
Lord
little... Yes, Mataji, you want to say something?
No, I was saying we talked about the sons being some demoniac and some Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj were not demons, but the others were. And the sons of Diti and Aditi. So yeah.
Correct. Yes, thank you, Mataji. So a little background we will start with that in fifth canto, Shukadev Goswami was describing about the hellish planets, and Parikshit Maharaj, who is a very compassionate devotee of the Lord, he was very worried about the living entities who are suffering in the hell. So he asked like how they can be liberated. And then Shukadev Goswami, in the starting of the sixth canto, we have done that story of Ajamila. All of you remember that? That how he was liberated just by chanting the name of the Lord. So glories of the holy names of the Lord. So Shukadev Goswami starts with that, correct? And after that, he starts describing about Daksha and how his daughters and how they produced children, and he was talking about that, and then he came to Twashta, and Twashta's son was Vishwarupa, and he became Purohit of demigods. And then Parikshit Maharaj suddenly stopped, and he asked a question that how Vishwarup became this thing priest of demigods. And then the story of Chitraketu Maharaj comes, right? Vritrasura, the appearance of Vritrasura, and he was actually Chitraketu Maharaj. And that whole that whole story we did, right, in the previous sessions. And now again Shukadev Goswami is continuing with the descendants of Kashyapa Muni and Aditi. So first he described about Aditi's sons, no, the 12 Adityas, and now he has started describing about Diti's sons, who are demons, right? So today's verse, I think first 2-3 verses. Yeah, we will still continue with the description of those Diti's sons, correct? And then yeah, and then we'll proceed further. Let us see. So I'll just share the screen. Yeah, you have done till 15 yesterday, right? Was 15 verses. Yeah.
Yes, Mat.
Yes. Who wants to recite? Anybody wants to recite?
I'll recite, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
अनुहरादस्य सूर्यायां भास्कलो महिषस्तथा विरोचनस्तु प्रहाराद्धे देव्यां तस्याभवत् बलिः.
Yes, Mataji, read the translation.
Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The wife of Anuhlada was named Surya. She gave birth to 2 sons named Bhaskala and Mahisha. Prahlad had 1 son, Virochana, whose wife gave birth to Bali Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So he is talking about Prabhupada is talking about Prahlad's son Virochan, and his son was Bali Maharaj, and also Anullad. Next. Yes. Who wants to recite?
Shall Mataji? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranams. SB 6.18.17. Bana Jestam Putra Shatam Ashanayam Tato Bhavat Tasyanubhavam Sushlokyam Paschad Eva Vidashyate. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thereafter, Bali Maharaja begot 100 sons in the womb of Ashana. Of these 100 sons, King Bana was the eldest. The activities of Bali Maharaja, which are very laudable, will be described later in the 8th canto.
Yes,
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Bali Maharaj's story will come in the 8th canto, right? So at that time, we will have that. We'll know more about it. Yes. Who wants to decide?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bana आराध्य गिरिशं लभेतद् गणमुख्यतं यत् पर्श्वे भगवान् अस्ते है अदैपि पुर पालकः.
Yes.
Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki Jai. Since King Bana was a great worshipper of Lord Shiva, he became one of Lord Shiva's most celebrated associates. Even now, Lord Shiva protects King Bana's capital, and always stands beside him. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Who wants to recite this?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Marutascha diteha putra
Chatva.
Chatva rimsam navadikaha asan aprajah sarve nita indreni satmatam. Translation. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The 49 Marut demigods were also born from the womb of Diti. None of them had sons, although they were born of Diti. King Indra gave them a position as demigods. Shall I read the purport, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Purport. Apparently, even demons can be elevated to positions as demigods when their aesthetic character is reformed. There are two kinds of men throughout the universe. Those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are called demigods, and those who are just the opposite are called demons. Even the demons can be transformed into demigods, as the statement of this verse proves. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes, here important point is given that they were children. They were born from the womb of Diti, correct? And we know that the children of Diti, they were all asuras, correct? Who were the two sons of Diti?
Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu, correct? So these all are asuras. So here it is said that King Indra gave them a position of demigods, right? So the asuras can be transformed to the suras or demigods, correct? So how it is done, the story will come later on in subsequent verses. But here the point to be noted is the character can be transformed, correct? To the asura character can be transformed to sura character. That is important. And Parikshit Maharaj is going to now ask this important question that how this happened. So we will now read these three verses, 20, 21 and 22, and then we will discuss. Okay. So who wants to recite? Yes. Anybody?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Yes, Mataji, you can recite.
Sri Rajauvacha Katam ta asuram bhavam apohyau patikam guru indrena prapita satmyam kim tat sadhu kritam hitai.
Read the translation.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. King Parishit inquired, "My dear Lord, due to their birth, the 49 Maruts must have been obsessed with the demoniac mentality. Why did Indra, the king of heaven, convert them into demigods? Did they perform any rituals or pious activities?" Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, next verse.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
May I?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Ime shraddate brahman rishayo hi maya saha parijnanaya bhagavam tanno vyakyatum arhasi.
Yes.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Brahmana, I and all the sages present with me are eager to know about this. Therefore, O great soul, kindly explain to us the reason. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
We'll read one more verse and then we will discuss. Okay. Yes. Who wants to recite?
May Mataji.
Oh, yes, Prabhuji.
Shri Sutauvacha Tad Vishnuratasya Bhadarayinir Vacho Nishamya Drishtam Drishtam Artavat
Ishamya Drutam Alpam arthavat.
I am studying in Kannada. That is not right. Little
No
bit.
problem.
Tad Vishnuratasya sa Badarayinir Vacho Nishamya Dhritam Alpam Artavat Sabhajayan San Nibhretena Chetasa Jagada Satrayana Sarva Darshanaha. I am not
Yes.
well read correct, Mataji. Sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji, correct.
Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Suta Goswami said, O great sage, Chunaka, after hearing Maharaja Parikshit speak respectfully and briefly on topics essential to hear, Sukadeva Goswami, who was well aware of everything, praised his endeavor with great pleasure and replied. Still I read purport, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Purport A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaja Parikshit's question was very much appreciated by Sukadeva Goswami because although it was composed of a small number of words, it contained meaningful inquiries about how the sons of Diti, although born as demons, became demigods. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura stresses that even though Diti was very envious, her art was purified because of a devotional attitude. Another significant topic is that although Kashyapa Muni was a learned scholar and was advanced in spiritual consciousness, he nonetheless fell a victim to the inducement of his beautiful wife. All these questions were posed in a small number of words, and therefore Sukadeva Goswami was very much appreciated Maharaja Parikshit's inquiry. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So Parikshit Maharaj, such a attentive listener he is. He is hearing so attentively. Despite that, he has not eaten anything. He has not drank any water. He is not sleeping, but still he is so attentive to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, this katha about Lord Krishna. That we should understand this very carefully. Parikshit Maharaj, like as I said earlier also, that when Shukadev Goswami was speaking that the Tvashta's son Vishwarup, he became the priest of demigod. So immediately he stopped Shukadev Goswami and he asked question that how this happened and please elaborate. And then the whole story of Vritrasur and Chitraketu Maharaj comes. Now also, when Shukadev Goswami says that these sons of Diti, Maruts, they became demigods. So immediately he is asking the question. So this is the sign of a attentive listener. And we should understand that how we also should listen very carefully, how hearing should be attentive. And we know that hearing is the most important process. Right? So Navavidha Bhakti, the first comes is the Shravanam. Because hearing is the most powerful thing, and by simply hearing, people can become devotees of the Lord. Just by hearing about the Lord, by hearing the glories of the Lord, people, it can transform the hearts of people and they can become devotees of the Lord. So hearing process is very, very, very important. And we can see the quality of Parikshit Maharaj, how attentively, how he is, very eager to know about every detail of the things. Correct? So that we should understand. So this point is very much stressed here. So I will just quickly speak about different types of listeners. Okay. The first class
Mataji,
listener.
can I ask one doubt, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, does it mean all children born to Diti are demons, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. They are called demons. I mean, they are asuras.
But she was good, no, Mataji. Only during birth of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, because of the time she got those two demons.
No, Mataji. She was envious by nature, and that's why that only reflected in Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. What about Marut's Mataji?
That's
Because of
what.
the
So
yes.
that, yes, that story is going to come now.
Oh,
Okay, how they became devotees. That's what Parikshit Maharaj is asking, right, Mataji?
oh yes, Mataji.
So that
But-
story is going to come in subsequent verses. Okay.
So anybody, any woman envious, they may not get good children like that, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, that consciousness is very, very, very important, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
So that's why, no, whenever in ISKCON, at least whenever you have to beget children, then it is suggested that you have to chant extra rounds, and you have to keep your consciousness focused on Krishna.
Okay.
Right? Garbhadan samskaras are there, right?
Yes.
There are different types of samskaras, and why we do all these things? To beget good children, because so that the consciousness of the children also will be good.
Yes.
Otherwise, such demoniac mentality, children, they are born.
Okay.
That's what much emphasis is given on that Garbhadan sanskar, and how there has to be some process which is to be followed whenever we want to have children. That is also there, Mataji.
So mother's mentality is more important than
More important,
Other-
it affects the
fathers and-
child directly.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji?
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
Dandavat.
Yeah, Dandavat. So I was just talking about the different types of listeners. The first type is, first class is like a Chataka bird. Everybody knows about Chataka bird? No?
Yes, Mataji, it waits for that rain only to.
Correct.
water.
So it directly takes water coming from that rain, and that too, that rain is on the one particular nakshatra that is called as Swati nakshatra, and it waits for that water only. It doesn't take any other water. There are lakes, there are ponds, but it doesn't take water from that. It waits for that rain, and that pure water only it takes. That is the quality of Chataka bird. Correct. So a listener, pure devotees of the Lord, like they only hear about Krishna Katha, topics related to Krishna and nothing else. Correct. That is the listener of the type of Chataka bird. Like how he waits, even if he is thirsty, he waits for that rain only. At that particular nakshatra only, he drinks water directly coming from the pure water, directly coming from clouds. That we should understand. Then the second type is like swan-like hearers or listeners. So we know the quality of swan. What is the quality of swan?
Drinks only
separate,
the
Correct.
milk
It
and
takes only
water.
milk.
Milk and
Correct.
water.
It can separate milk from water and drinks only milk. Correct. So similarly, these type of listeners, they can extract nectar from even if they are hearing a lot of things, but they take only the nectar of Krishna Katha. They don't pay attention to other things, other mundane topics. Correct. So whatever they are hearing, they take essence, that is, they take nectar of that Krishna Katha from that. Otherwise, they reject everything. That is the swan mentality. That swan type of hearer. And then one more is like parrot. Okay. So what does a parrot do?
It repeats what we tell it.
Correct. It repeats. So basically, it is like whatever association he gets, he will repeat that. Correct. If a parrot is kept in a temple, if he hears Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, he hears Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he will speak that. Or if he is kept in a movie theater, he will sing the songs of movies. Right. So same thing. These listeners, whatever they hear from their spiritual master, they repeat as it is without any addition or deletion, the message of the Lord, whatever they hear from their superiors. Correct? So these are parrot-like hearers or listeners. And last one is wolf-like or jackal-like. So what basically they do is a hunter, who is trying to hunt a deer or somebody. He plays something, he plays some instrument, he plays some music, and the deer is absorbed in that. And when this wolf or jackal howls, the deer runs away hearing that sound. Okay, so these wolf-like hearers are, they always they take away the people who are absorbed in a class. If people are absorbed in that Krishna Katha, they just speak some nonsensical, they ask some nonsense questions, and they just divert the attention of these people, these deer-like devotees, we can say. Correct? So these are different types of listeners. So we have to develop that quality of hearing very attentively, as Parikshit Maharaj is doing here. And he is also making so many inquiries because he is so eager to know the katha in very deeply, right? He doesn't want to miss any point of it. So he is asking Shukadev Goswami a lot of questions, and Shukadev Goswami is also very pleased seeing his desire and seeing his eagerness. And Parikshit Maharaj is also, he is cursed to die in 7 days, isn't it? So in that desperation, he also wants to know what is the highest truth which he should know, because he is going to die in 7 days. Correct? So that is the quality. And when the hearer or the audience is very eager and very enthusiastic, the speaker also tends to give more and more knowledge to the hearers, isn't it? All of you will agree with this, right? If the hearers are, they are very uh, they are very enthusiastic, then the speaker also would like to speak more and more and give more information, isn't it? So that way it is going on, that Parikshit Maharaj is asking such intelligent questions immediately. And again, it is described in the purport that with very small number of words, but he is asking right question, he is hitting the right point. Correct? And now Shukadev Goswami will be answering this question in subsequent verses. So let's go to the next verse. Yes.
Mataji, so parrot-like also good only, no, Mataji?
Good only.
Just repeat.
Yeah.
what it
Yeah,
says.
they are repeating. Only thing is association is important in case of parrot-like,
Parrot.
isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes. Who wants to recite?
Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare
may
Krishna
I?
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam, Mataji.
Endeavor.
Sorry. Shri Sukha Uvacha Rataputra Ditihi Shakra Prashnayena Grahena Vishnuna Manyuna Shokadiptena Jwalanti Paryachintayata. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Sukadev Goswami said, just to help Indra, Lord Vishnu killed the two brothers, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Because of their being killed, their mother Diti, overwhelmed with her lamentation and anger, contemplated as follows. Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Now slowly Diti's character is going to come. Correct? So here it is said that Lord Vishnu killed the two brothers Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So at the time of their birth only, Kashyapa Muni had told Diti that these two children, they will be very great, very dangerous asuras. And at the birth of their time also, at the time of their birth also, everything became dark at the time of their birth. So he told her that because she wanted to mate in the time of evening, which is not a good time at all. So he said that it is going to happen like that, and they will be very much troublesome for all the people, all the demigods, and they will be killed by Lord Vishnu himself. So he had told her everything. So at that time, Diti has mixed emotions. In one sense, she was unhappy because they will be killed, but in one sense, she was happy because they will be killed by the Lord himself. Okay, so she had those mixed emotions, and now they are killed, and this happened long back. But still, Diti is holding that what we can say, that those emotions in her heart, and now she is thinking that Indra is responsible for that, and now she is going to make a plan to kill Indra. Okay, so this happened long back, and Kashyapa Muni had already given her an idea what is going to happen because of her wrong timing. But still, she as a mother, she could not give up these things, and now she is going to make a plan, isn't it? So let us see the next verse. Yeah, who wants to recite? Yeah, anybody? Anybody wants to recite?
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I try?
Yes, Mataji.
Kadanubhrartirhantaram indriyaramam pulbanam aklin hridayam papam gatayitva saye sukam.
Yes.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Indra, who is very much fond of sense gratification, has killed the two brothers Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu by means of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Indra is cruel, hard-hearted, and sinful. When will I, having killed him, rest with a pacified mind? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. See the nature, what she is thinking. Actually, Indra is like her son only, isn't it? It is her sister's son, isn't it? Aditi and Diti, they are sisters, and Aditi's son is Indra, and it is her sister's son only, and it is like her son only. But still, she is now thinking of killing Indra, correct? And she is thinking, she's planning, how can I kill Indra? So she has started now planning how she can do this, and now she will say a lot of things about Indra. She is saying that Indra is cruel, he is hard-hearted, he is sinful, correct? So she will say so many bad words about Indra. We'll have next verse. Yes. Yes, who wants to recite? Somebody has raised a hand. Salome, Mataji.
Hermi vid pasma samnya nasid yasya sabya bihitasya cha bhuta druktat krite svartam kim veda narayo yataha.
Yes. Yes, read the translation and purport.
Can my daughter read? Mataji, she's with me.
Yes, Mataji, no problem.
Translation. When dead, the bodies of all the rulers known as kings and great leaders will be transformed into worms, stool, or ashes. If one enviously kills others for the protection of such a body, does he actually know the true interest of life? Certainly, he does not. For if one is envious of other entities, he surely goes to hell. Purport. The material body even if possessed by a great king, is ultimately transformed into stool, worms, or ashes. When one is too attached to the bodily conception of life, he is certainly not very intelligent.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So she is talking little philosophy also. The one is, if one is too much attached to the body, then that is not very intelligent. That is also she is saying, but still she is no, she herself is going to make such a big mistake. She is planning to kill Indra, and still she is finding faults in Indra, isn't it? Correct. So it is said, na, one's own big mistake also one ignores, but the other person's small mistake also one exaggerates, isn't it? So the Aditi is doing the same thing. She is planning now to kill Indra, but she is not able to see faults in herself. That is the problem of Diti. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read?
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
आशासानस्य तस्येदं ध्रुवम् उन्नाधकेतसः मदशोषक इन्द्रस्य भूयाद्येन स्तुतो हि मे.
Yes.
Translation by Divine Guru Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Diti taught Indra considers his body eternal and thus he has become unrestrained. I therefore wish to have a son who can remove Indra's madness. Let me adopt some means to help me in this purport. One who is in the bodily conception of life is compared in the Shastras to animals like cows and asses. Diti wanted to punish Indra, who had become like a lower animal. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Here, one thing we should understand that Indra is the king of heaven. So naturally, he is a leader, and so many demigods are working under him. So his activities should be inspiring to people, and his character should inspire and instill confidence in the minds of people. But we know that Indra makes so many mistakes. Can anybody tell some mistakes? Yes,
He
Right.
Sudha?
disrespected
When
the
Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of
Devaguru.
Kaya.
Yes. He offended Bruhaspati, right? Sudha Mataji said that only, na?
No, Mataji, I said he tried to kill
He wanted
Prahlad Maharaj when he was
Prahlad
in the
Maharaj in
womb
the
of
womb
Kayatu.
of Kayatu, right? Okay. And
No,
somebody
he
said,
did
In
Swarupa.
I said,
Eden.
I said
okay,
Mataji.
Padma Mataji, you said that. Okay.
Mataji,
Yes.
He beheaded Vishwarupa Mataji.
Yes, correct.
And then
So,
also during Krishna's Leela, he sent forth the Somavartak rays.
correct. So Govardhan pastime, right?
Govardhan, yes.
Yeah, isn't it? So he is making so many mistakes. So actually, he is a leader. A leader, his character should be a real inspiration for others. Correct. But here in this case, we know that because Indra, um, when a person is attached to body, he cannot have a perfect character, and that's why Diti is not at all inspired by character of Indra, and actually she is upset with Indra because he killed her sons. So we should understand that Srila Prabhupada used to say that Krishna consciousness is the need of hour. Why? Because if people are in Krishna consciousness, they will be happy. And now we can see how Krishna consciousness can build character of people, right? So by when we follow the regulative principles, or when we associate with the devotees of the Lord, we take education from them, then that is how character is developed. correct? So we develop good qualities then. And why pure devotees have good qualities or pure qualities? Why? Because they are following all these things. So character plays a very important role, and we should what lessons from these stories or these pastimes. What we should learn is how we can develop characters, and it is also said that the character can be developed at the early age, at young age. Correct. So Vedas say that in the age between 5 to 25, very strict training is required. Right? You should study Vedas. You should follow austerities and learn under the guidance of expert spiritual master. And that's why Gurukul system was there. We all know. Correct. And then 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 we can have good qualities, and good character can be developed at that young age, because we all know that a bamboo, when it is green, it can be easily bent, but when it becomes yellow, we cannot bend that, isn't it? So that's why this building of character is very important, and at young age, that is also very important. And we can see the example of Srila Prabhupada. When pure devotees, when Prabhupada went to West, why people got attracted to him? Because he had a spotless character and Vaishnava qualities. Correct? And that's why people were attracted to him. And they absolutely had no idea about any, religion or their activities. No, they resembled, like in purport it is given that how Indra um, was totally in the bodily concept of life, so their activities were also like that. But Prabhupada, he gave them the principles, religious principles. He gave them the holy names of the Lord. He gave them Srimad Bhagavatam. He gave them Bhagavad Gita, and that's how it transformed their hearts, and they could perfect their lives. And that's why character is very important, that we should learn from this. Okay. Now next. Yes, 27 and 28. Yeah, who wants to recite?
Shall I recite, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
SB 6.18.27 to 28.
Yeah.
Iti bhavena sa bhartor achachara sakrit priyam shushrusayano rajena prashrayena damena cha bhaktya paramaya rajan manomir valgu भाषितै मनोजग्रह भावज्ञा सस्मिता अंग वीक्षणै.
Yes.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada and Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thinking in this way, with a desire for a son to kill Indra, Diti began constantly acting to satisfy Kashyapa by her pleasing behavior. O king, Diti always carried out Kashyapa's orders very faithfully, as he desired, with service, love, humility, and control. With words spoken very sweetly to satisfy her husband, and with smiles and glances at him, Diti attracted his mind and brought it under her control. Purport. When a woman wants to endear herself to her husband and make him very faithful, she must try to please him in all respects. When the husband is pleased with his wife, the wife can receive all necessities, ornaments, and full satisfaction for her senses. Herein, this is indicated by the behavior of Diti. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Again, here we see that Diti had that desire, strong desire in her mind, that she wanted to have a son who will kill Indra. And for that, now she is how she is behaving. She is trying to please Kashyapa Muni. So internally, her intention is totally different, and externally, she is trying to please Kashyapa Muni so that her internal intention gets fulfilled. Correct? Because she wanted to have a son who will kill Indra. Correct? So she is externally somebody different, and internally she is different. So she is kind of cheating her husband. That cheating propensity is there in her. That is the nature of Diti. So, so what we should learn from here is, whenever we are serving, what desire is there behind it, or what is our intention, is the most important thing. If our intention is I should get something from Krishna, or I should get something from the superiors or senior Vaishnavas, then that is a very wrong thing. Our intention should be just purely service of the Lord. Correct? That we should understand. Like we know that Duryodhana also made Chappan Bhoga for Krishna, and he arranged a nice residence so that Krishna can reside there. But then Krishna did not accept that, isn't it? Why? Because Duryodhana's intention was not to please or not to serve Krishna, but what he can get from Krishna, that he was thinking more prominently, isn't it? So Krishna did not accept his Chappan Bhogas, right? So that intention, that desire is very important. And if somebody just sees the actions of Diti and not the intent of Diti, then somebody will be mistaken, correct? Because he will feel, no, she is such a good wife, she is such a chaste wife, and how she is serving, but her intent was very dangerous, isn't it? So that we should understand. So intention is very important. Pleasing Lord is very important. Also, Duryodhana asked, Durvasa Rishi was pleased with Duryodhana. So Duryodhana asked them to go and visit Pandavas in the forest. So his intention was not at all good. He wanted Durvasa Muni to curse Pandavas, correct? Because he asked, go with your 60,000 disciples, correct? So his intention was not that they also should get blessing from Durvasa Muni, but his intention was they should get a curse from Durvasa Rishi, correct? So that is that we should be very alert about, that with what intention we are doing the things, correct? And okay, so these anarthas, we know that in Vrindavan so many asuras came, correct? So how if we want to make our heart like Vrindavan, so that Krishna can reside inside, so then we should drive away all these asuras from our heart, all these anarthas from our heart. Then only Krishna can come and sit in our heart. It will be a place where we can call Krishna. So Diti's heart also full of asuras. I will just tell you 4 or 5 asuras. So first is Putana. So Putana represents actually cheating guru, deceitful guru who preach sense gratification or liberation. So Diti was trying to be false guru, saying a lot of bad things about Indra. Correct. So one more asura, Shakatasur. Shakatasur was in the form of a cart, and it indicates that we are carrying a burden of old and new bad habits and not understanding the purpose of religious principles. So Diti is also holding that old bhav, correct? Because she was holding that thing that Indra, because of Indra, her 2 sons were killed. So that happened. so many, so many years back, but still she is holding that bhav in her mind, and now she is making a plan to kill Indra. So that's why that asura. Then Vatsasur, okay, Vatsasur was in the form of a calf, so it represents childish type of mentality which gives rise to a type of greediness, and it results in wicked type of mischievousness. Correct? So a person is ready to do any sinful activity due to greed. So Diti is up to that only. She is pleasing Kashyapa Muni just to get a son who will kill Indra, and for that matter she is ready to do anything and everything, but just she wants to fulfill her desire that she wants to kill Indra. Correct? And next is Aghasura. So Aghasura is cruelty personified. He attracted, small gopas, and he allowed them all to go inside, and he waited till Krishna comes because he wanted to kill them all at a time. Correct? So Diti's also heart was so had become so cruel that though Indra was like her son, she wanted to kill him. Correct? So how we can drive away all these asuras? We also have these propensities or such kind of anarthas in our heart. So how we can drive away them all is just by sincerely praying before chanting the holy name. Correct? And we have to sincerely pray that keep me away from all these wrong propensities. And when we pray like this before chanting, the holy name will remove these wrong intentions or wrong propensities from our heart, and it will purify our heart. Correct? So when we worship the holy name, with a desire to cast out all these unfavorable tendencies from our heart, then our heart will be purified and we can nullify all the contaminations in our heart. So that is, otherwise, cheating leads to poison. She is trying to cheat her husband, isn't it? She did not tell her intention. She is just pleasing him so that she can get a child. Get a son.
Mataji, can you repeat this Putana's? Mataji, she represents deceitful guru.
Yeah, deceitful guru.
And then something.
And what, Mataji?
Putana's full thing you tell me, Mataji,
okay.
Please.
Putana, she represents deceitful guru who preach sense gratification or liberation. And Diti is also trying to be a false guru because she said very bad things about Indra.
Okay, Mataji, understood. Mataji.
Okay.
So these gurus, they teach sense gratification, Mataji.
Yes.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So if we have that cheating propensity, cheating leads to poison in our heart, and such a heart, we cannot remember Krishna, we cannot get mercy of Krishna. So that's why we should really try and drive away all these anarthas and asuras from our heart. So let us go to the last verse for today. Yeah. Who wants to decide?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, may I?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes,
Sorry, who?
Anybody else who wants to recite? Archana Mataji.
Mataji already recited twice, Mataji. Let other Mataji.
Okay.
I try then.
Who wants to try?
I try then.
Yes, Mataji.
Evam striya jadi bhuto vidvanapi manojnaya badam iti aha vivasho nachat chitram hi yositi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Although Kashyapa Muni was a learned scholar, he was captivated by Diti's artificial behavior. which brought him under her control. Therefore, he assured his wife that he would fulfill her desires. Such a promise by a husband is not at all astonishing. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. So Kashyapa Muni, he was a very learned scholar, but still he became Jadi Bhutaha, means enchanted or captivated by behavior of Diti. And how Diti, it is said in the shloka that Manodnyaya. Manodnyaya means very expert, very charming. So she knew how to captivate her husband. And she had done this before also. We know that at the time of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, Kashyapa Muni was telling her that this is not the right time. But at that time also, she did the same thing. And now again, she wants to do this thing because she wants to kill Indra. Correct? So Kashyapa Muni again became weak in front of Diti twice. This is the second time. Huh? And actually, it is said that at the time, first time, as I said, in the evening, that is not the correct time at Sandhya Samay. That means 20 minutes before sunset and after sunset. We should not do these four things: Ahar, Nidra, then Maithun, and Swadhyay. That means we should not study Shastras also. Then what should we do is just we should do Sandhya Arti. We should take darshan of the Lord. We can sing bhajan, we can have kirtan, we can offer lamb to the Lord. Correct? All these things we can do so that we can remember the Lord. Correct? But these four things should be avoided. But Diti did not listen, and that's why we know how Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were killed by the Lord himself. Correct? So here, now Diti is attracting her husband, Kashyapa Muni, and now in subsequent verses we will come to know how Kashyapa Muni asks her to perform a vrata for 1 year. It is not easy, but Kashyapa Muni also, as it is said, he is a very learned scholar. He was a very learned scholar. What does he do is he sees to it that she develops devotion in her heart. Correct? So he gives her such a vrata, that is payovrat, it is called as, that gradually she develops devotion, and ultimately it is for the worship of Lord Vishnu only. He gives her such a vrata. Okay, so that details of that vrata and how she performs, and how then Indra, how the children of Diti, Maruts, how they become demigods, all these things will now come in subsequent verses. So this is all for today. Thank you so much.
Mataji, I have a question. Mataji,
yes,
I have a question. Can you please repeat that Ahar Nidra about the sunset? What was it? Can you please repeat?
Ahar, Nidra, Maithun, and Swadhyay. That means studying scriptures.
No, what is Maithun?
Maithun is mating, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, Mata. So this is what time? What time it should
I said Sandhya, evening time, means 20 minutes before sunset and 20 minutes after sunset.
Okay, okay.
So that period, that is called as Sandhya Samay.
Shastras, why we should not read, Mataji?
Sometimes
we have classes at that time.
Yes, but whatever I have heard, at that time we should do kirtan, we should have aarti, and generally I don't know, I mean, at least in our house, in the evening we lit a lamp, ghee lamp before Lord, and we do some kind of aarti. So, but Swadhyay, I have heard in one lecture that I mean, in that period this should not be done, but we can do the other things, aarti and bhajan and kirtan for the Lord. But I
Mataji
confirm.
also. Yeah, Mataji.
yes,
No,
Mataji.
it's okay. You tell then I'll tell
Yeah.
something.
Yes,
Continue,
Mataji.
Mataji.
No, I was
Mataji, we
just
have
telling
class
this
at
one.
6 o'clock, Mataji.
Achha, Mataji, there's one thing more they say, no, you should not cut nails, you should not comb your hair also at that time. Is it true?
In the
Mataji?
evening?
Yeah, at that time, that particular time.
I'm not very sure about it, Mataji.
Because what they
But
say,
yeah, it is said.
you comb, no, the hair falls on the floor. So the
Correct,
Lakshmi
correct.
doesn't come.
Yeah, actually, that it is said that at that time Lakshmi is coming, and so we should not do all these things.
Yes.
I have also heard that, but
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
yes, Mataji.
Mataji, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Aditi is always envious about Indra.
Hmm.
What is the actual reason behind that, Mataji? Did Indra do something to her? Like, did he kill somebody of her?
No, because of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were demons, right?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
And they wanted to always, the demigods were fearful of them, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji.
So
No, they are
Indra
not yet born,
requested,
no,
Mataji. Lord Vishnu to kill them.
Okay.
So that's why Diti is angry on Indra, that because of him, Lord Vishnu killed them. And that's why she wanted to kind of take revenge, that I will kill Indra. I want to kill
Mataji,
Indra.
all this, like in Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu are not yet born, right? They are already born, but just Kashyapa Muni was just telling that all these are going to happen in future. Only that has happened, no, Mataji. Are they born already?
Yes. This had happened long time back, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, Mataji.
But
I had a small confusion.
she is holding those feelings. See, because she is a mother, right?
Yeah.
So still she is holding all those things in her mind, and that, that revenge, that anger, everything is there. And now she wants to have a son who will kill Indra, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Now it's clear.
Mataji,
Thank
can
you.
I ask something?
Yes.
Mataji, Lord Vishnu killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu.
Yes.
Why is he not angry with Vishnu, but rather she's angry with Indra?
Because she thinks because of Indra, Vishnu killed her sons. Because Indra
So
said that they were troubling, isn't it? Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were troubling
Yes.
the demigods, and basically all asuras, they want the position of Indra, isn't it? Always. And so Indra is always fearful. So he took shelter of the Lord, and he requested that you please kill. And that's why she is angry on Indra, not on Vishnu. Because
Even
she
though
understands,
Vishnu,
because she is wife of Kashyapa Muni. Kashyapa Muni is a great devotee, isn't it? So she understands that supreme personality, the supremacy of the Lord, basically.
Okay. So she's not angry with Vishnu, who actually killed her sons, no?
Yeah.
Actually, Hiranyakashipu was killed by
Varahadev.
Narsimha, no?
Hiranyakashipu by Narsimha and Hiranyaksha by Varahadev.
Yes, not Vishnu. Yeah.
Yes. But they are forms of Vishnu only, Mataji.
Yes.
Yes. Anything else? Anything you want to
Very
share?
interesting, Mataji, these stories.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Wonderful, Mataji.
Yeah, it is
wonderful. I love it.
It is little difficult to remember all these things, like sons of Aditi, sons of Diti, and the connection and everything. But still, we have to, like history, we used to study this also. And if it is in the story form, then we can really remember it nicely. We can connect it, and it becomes easy.
Mataji, you gave very nice examples about the parrot and the but
yes. How a listener should be Chatak, Chatak bird or swan.
Yes, very nice.
Yes. Anybody has to say anything or?
Mataji, DT held that revenge or that anger for so long, so many years, or from the time her sons were killed. Could that anger not have been subdued, or would anger only got subdued if Indra was killed? Because for how long did she hold that revenge? Because Indra was not killed. No?
Yes.
Indra was not.
Indra was not killed. No? That's why she wanted a son to kill Indra. She's a mother, so she she cannot forget that. See, only a devotee, Mataji, that's why character is very important. Correct? We discussed that, how character is very important in our life. Because only if we have that understanding that everything belongs to Krishna, and everything is happening by the will of Krishna, then only this understanding can come, isn't it? Otherwise, forgiveness is a quality we have to develop. We also in our lives also, we cannot forget things just like that, isn't it? If somebody disrespects you, correct? So you cannot forget that immediately. You have to develop that. You have to cultivate that quality. Then only you can do something like that, isn't it, Mataji?
Yes, it's the first time I'm listening to the Bhagavatam. So then I take it that the following chapters will show what happens to DT and a revenge at the end, no?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole story will now come. How Diti follows that vrata, the 1 year. This Kashyapa Muni tells her a vrata to perform for 1 year. And it is a austerity for her. So how she performs, and at the end what happens, and how these maruts, they become demigods, all these things will come now in this subsequent verses, Mataji.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm hooked to the classes. The classes are so wonderful. And there's learnings out of that. There's learnings from every class for us to take. Like today you spoke about character, you spoke about the children's age, from what age, the sanskars. There's so many lessons I took from today's lecture. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yes, you are welcome.
Yes,
That's
Mataji.
what such things, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we have to apply those. We can apply those things in our life, and we can transform. The heart gets transformed. That is the main thing, and that's why we should try to apply all those things. How I can change myself. That we should see, Mataji. That is
also,
important.
Mataji, not to keep in mind, forgive and forget. Then you have to move on.
Correct, Mataji. That is so important.
Yes.
We also have so many grudges in our mind, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. So
But
gradually we practice in our day life.
We have to practice.
When that happens, we think, okay, we are not supposed to do this.
Yes, intentionally we have to practice, because naturally it doesn't come.
Yes. It's a lot in our life, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. So lovely. I can't wait for the next one.
Tomorrow is the next class.
Yes.
So much, Mataji. You are making it so interesting and educative, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji, because you all are attending. It is really, Bhagavatam is nectar.
Cantos like that, Mataji, very interesting and
very
so
interesting.
much to learn, Mataji.
Yes, and lot of stories, na Mataji. So it is interesting also.
I'm attending 4 classes, Mataji, from morning to Srimad Bhagavatam, then Brahma Samhita, then Chaitanya.
You people are really great. On behalf of ICF, we are really grateful to you, because you are attending so sincerely. My God, we cannot do like that. But you all people are great.
You also teach us so much. So interesting. In between, we quickly go and cook and come.
Oh my God.
On time for the class.
We are really, really grateful to you. Because of you only, we are able to speak something. Otherwise,
we are also getting so much knowledge.
Yeah, we are so grateful to
Yes,
you.
Mataji.
I'm doing Bhakti Shastri right now,
Okay,
and then
great.
the next, yeah, so the next I'll do Bhakti
Bhakti
Vaibhav,
Vaibhav.
but I can't.
Very good.
Yeah, but I can't wait. That's why I'm doing Shastri on the side, and I'm doing the Srimad Bhagavatam. There's so much of learning, Mataji, and I'm
Yes.
addicted. Sometime I'll be in a meeting at 4:30 because we are 3.5 hours ahead of India. So your 8 o'clock is our since 4:30. So sometime
Oh
I'll be in a meeting and I'm
my
driving, but I
God.
can't wait to put
Oh
this
my.
on. I can't wait for Bhakti Vaibhavs. So thank you, Mataji.
Nahi,
Thank you,
Mataji,
thank you.
really, I mean, your eagerness is very important. No, so you are in office, you are in meeting, but still you are eager to attend the sessions. That is the most important thing, Mataji. And Krishna sees endeavors, and that is the only thing I can see.
I'm
So
a bit
and he gives facilities, he facilitates us accordingly, Mataji. So
Yes,
your
Mataji.
eagerness is hats off. Really, dandavat to you all.
And thanks to
And
Ashish Prabhu, Mataji.
Yes,
Because
yes.
of him only
and
we are
Mataji,
getting this advantage.
Definitely. He
and
has given
Mataji,
us this platform. So we are
yeah,
eternally
and Mataji,
grateful. Yes,
Mataji,
Mataji.
in March we're going on yatra, and we're
Okay.
going to Naimisharanya. So that's why
Haripur.
for me, yes, for me, I'm like, like the more I listen to Bhagavatam, when I go there, I'm going to be so overwhelmed. So we're going
Yes.
to Lucknow, Prayagraj, Ayodhya,
So you can, okay.
Chitrakoot.
Wow, Haripur. So you can go to that Shuktal also, where Shukdev Goswami narrated Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj.
Yeah, where the chakra
Where's that,
is in the
Mataji? Where's
water.
that?
Huh?
Where is
Is
that?
it where the
The
chakra?
Shuktal, you said?
It's near Delhi, I think, Mataji. Shuktal.
Okay, we went to Kashi last year. We went to
Acha.
Kashi and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Prayag, no? They
on the
call it
bank
Prayag.
of Ganga, it is Ganga River. And this Naimisharanya is also where Sutta Goswami narrated this Bhagavatam, which he has heard from Shukadev Goswami to the sages of Naimisharanya.
Yes,
80,000
yes.
sages
Okay,
were
Mataji,
assembled.
what's the other name which you said? You must go to something starting with S.
Shukatal, I said.
Sukatal.
Katal. Is that where the chakra is in the water, and you must go in the water? Is that where it is?
I don't know. I have not visited Mataji. Chakra, I will have to check, Mataji. I don't know.
Okay.
Chakra is there or not.
It's in a water like a big pond, and because the Prabhu who is going on the dry run, so he's been taking videos of Naimisharanya and all those places and sending us. So he said there's one place where the chakra is in a pond, and then you do
Maybe
your yatra
Mataji, because it is said that
Yeah.
there is a chakra. I will just confirm, Mataji, but I think so.
I can send you the videos that he's been sending us because he's there now. There's
Okay.
2 days. So he's sending us also the tree that was there when the Bhagavatam was spoken. I'm going to send it to you, Mataji. Are you on the
Okay.
group?
Yes, Mataji, I think
Yeah,
so.
we'd also like to see that, Mataji.
Yes,
Okay,
everybody
I'll
is.
put it on the group.
Yes,
I'll
you
put it
can
on the
put
group.
it on the group, Mataji.
Okay, thank you,
I'll
Salome
do
Mataji.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And when I'm there in March, I'll post all the pictures and that for all of you to see. But March is
Yes.
still a long way.
Sure, most welcome.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Mataji, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Okay, thank you
Haribol.
so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Prabhasundubhye
patitanam
vacha patidanam
pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo.
Ananta
Thank you,
Koti
Mataji.
Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Vaishnav Thakur Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Yes. Thank you so much for your
Thank you for a wonderful class,
enthusiasm.
Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Haribol.
Great information.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. I
Hare Krishna.
will end the session for all. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat.
Dandavad.